much for coming today to the IDSG's workshop here at the Cloud Identity Summit. The IDSG is the Identity Ecosystem Identity Ecosystem Steering Group. Excuse me. So many acronyms. And this is a special day today because we are launching our Identity Ecosystem Framework Registry. So this is a red letter day for the organization. What I want to do is I'll go over the agenda really quickly, and then I'll turn it over to Mike Garcia from NIST, from the INSTIC National Program Office, to say a few words. So after me and Mike, we'll have Sal D'Agostino, who is the IDSG's president, who'll be coming up to talk about the IDF framework and give you an overview. Then we'll hear from Mark DeFreya from MorphoTrust. He's our treasurer, and he'll be talking about the registry. Next up after that, we'll talk to Mary Hodder from Customer Comments, and she's going to talk about the nuts and bolts of the registry and how it works and how folks can get involved. And then Kim Little-Sutherland will be up, and we'll talk to some of our registrants. So with that, I want to introduce Dr. Michael Garcia from NIST.
Thanks, Emma, and thank you all this morning. I don't have any slides. I'm going to keep this very brief, and that actually is part of the message today. Those of you that know me know I often talk about how I'm not actually an IT expert, or security expert, or anything like that, and I just kind of like am playing along and pretending. But I'm actually an economist, and so when I do everything, I think about it in terms of what it means to the market, or what it doesn't mean to the market. Today is about the market, in my view. So it's not really a coincidence that if you've been following the IDSG over the last year, you've actually seen like my speaking role seem to be shorter and shorter at every one of these appearances. That's intentional. The government is kind of slowly sliding off stage, and that's intentional. That's the way it's supposed to be. At NIST, in the IT space and many others, we've started any number of public-private partnerships. Specifically in the IT space, we started the Smart Grid Interoperability Panel. We have the Cybersecurity Framework, and we have this thing we created called the Identity Ecosystem Steering Group, or at least we gave the funds to create. It turns out one of the very difficult things when you create these public-private partnerships with government funds is to get them to be truly private. To be truly private sector led, private sector owned, private sector run, and sustainable. When we first put out the funding to create this organization, the Identity Ecosystem Steering Group, we wanted to make sure that it would eventually stand on its own, knowing that would take some time. This past fall, in October, the release of the Identity Ecosystem Framework marked a rise to a challenge that was set forth by the President of the United States in the National Strategy for Trusted Identities in Cyberspace to create a steering group that would create a framework that could set a baseline for simply doing digital identity well. That occurred in October. That was about rising to a challenge. That was about the IDSG delivering. Today is something a little bit different. Today marks the first in what I believe that we will see as a series of steps that leads to a perpetually sustained, truly private sector steering group for the Identity Ecosystem Framework. And so today matters because of this unique product that is in the identity space now in a way that no product has been before, that has the potential to impact the market as it is currently as a product and as it evolves. But that's not the only reason that today matters, in my view. Today matters, in my view, because the release of this product itself and the things that the IDSG will do that follow up on it are a signal that the Identity Ecosystem Steering Group is preparing to maintain the impact in the market that this product has for the long haul. So for the government guy, my view on this is that the government, as funders of this organization, should start getting out just about when it's time for the market to take over, to really get in, to invest. So I'd like you to make no mistake that in my view that day is coming. And it is a good thing, and it is intentional, that the reason we started doing this strategy and implementing this strategy was to build a marketplace, not for the government to take over in identity. And the IDESG is an absolutely fundamental part of that market-based strategy. And so what we see today with this release really is about the private sector taking over in doing a good job of digital identity in a meaningful, constructive way that can create a coherence across the marketplace. And that is, in my view, the point where the government can begin sliding off the stage in a meaningful way. So the IDEF, the Identity Ecosystem Framework, and its products, beginning with today's release of the Identity Ecosystem Framework Registry, are truly that indicator that the smart money is long on the IDSG. So it really is the case that this public-private partnership thing is very hard. And however long you expect it to take, however realistic your expectations of how long it will take longer, and it will be harder. And that's okay, because things worth doing are difficult. But we are getting closer, and with today we make a major step in getting there. So you don't need to hear any more from the government guy, and that's a really good thing. What you should hear more of, and what you'll hear over the next couple hours, is the reasons from folks in the private sector that I, the government guy, am confident that this whole steering group experiment from a few years ago is about to become a fixture in the identity space and have a permanent impact on the market and become a permanent member and boon to this identity community, and will play a significant role in the blossoming of the identity ecosystem in the long run. And that is all I have to say. The rest is yours. Thank you.